Hey everybody, Big E. Welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on the turd. Also, I might have my daughter Sadie say hello.
Hi!
Helping me out today. Levi might be by. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to fix the breather on the turd. I don't know how you can see. You see how this is crooked? It's not holding. So what's going on is the rubber grommet keeps splitting because when I drilled the hole, I tried to round it. I didn't round it enough. So what's happening is from that breather, which is engine vibration and stuff, it's rubbing the rubber through to there. So the breather's sitting crooked, plus it's causing a vapor leakage, blow by, whatever term you want to use. Words escape me. So anyway, so we have to remove the valve cover. And with the way the valve cover is, you can see it tugs underneath the alternators. So we need to remove the drive belt, and we need to remove the alternators so that way we can remove the valve cover, so that way we can swap out the breathers. So that's what I'm going to start with now. What you're going to need, basically anybody has an old, this year LT1, you're going to need 13 millimeter, 13 and a 15 nut there. So basically, and it's a 1/2 inch wrench you're going to need for the belt tensioner to get the belt off. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start on that, and then when I come back, we're going to see where we're at, and Sadie's going to help me out doing some camera work. So I'm going to see you guys in a little bit. Hey everybody, Big E back. We're going to work on it. We got the valve alternator off, got the dry belt off. So now we're going to work on getting the valve cover off, okay? So, hold it right there, steady. Okay, hold it up a little bit. My daughter's helped me out, so just bear with me. So here we got the valve cover. We got these loose here. There's 4. Now the back one on these, you're not going to get out, I don't think. At least I never had luck getting them out. But now, of course, today it's going to make me a liar. So we'll put those over here. All right, now we're going to go ahead. You need to hold it up. About like that, okay? All right, so this is going to be a challenge here. So we're going to have to figure out how to maneuver around that. So what I'm going to do, the valve cover, like I said, is loose. Somehow, this is the trick because of the lip that it has, so it clears the alternator. So then, you're going to follow me, Sadie. Okay, we're going to take this over. We're going to lay it here. Okay? So, let me see what I can... Sadie's trying to help out, and it's a little tough to follow me, so bear with me, guys. So, I guess, Sadie, what we can do is like this.
The thing looks like a giant bathtub.
It does look like a giant bathtub. So anyway, the lighting is terrible. So here we are with the valve cover. We have the grommet here. You can see it's all tore up here. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to push that through. Okay. You can see that's all tore up. Not good. So now we have that open. So to combat this problem, we got a Moroso part number 68785. Try and hold that up for you guys. Okay. And yeah, it does come with instructions how to put it together, as you can see. Let me tilt this up for a second. I did just assemble it like just so, but basically what we're going to do, we're going to loosen this all up on this, and Levi's here making noise as usual, so he does. All right, real quick, my crew chief Levi's here. Levi, where you at? Say hi quick.
Hello.
See, he's here. Sadie's here, everybody's here, Mommy's doing stuff, so I gotta watch these guys. Anyway, so let's get back to what we're doing here. So, oh, there I am. So, we're going to go ahead. This is what the breather looks like on the bottom side. Top looks the same as the push-in. So, basically, what you're going to have is you have 2 nuts, you have a washer, and you have your sealing gasket here. Okay, so I'm going to take this all apart and assemble it with the valve cover the way it should be. So, if you bear with me here.
Do you want me to hold it? Or are you good right now?
I think I'm good for right now. Thank you, Sadie.
Okay.
Maybe when I put it back together, I'm going to need your help.
Okay.
So, yes, folks, this is unedited raw video footage. Alright, so now we got the nuts off. We have the washer. And then we have the... oh, that wasn't good. Here it is. Yay. The gasket.
It's nice and black
so,
like a tire.
So what we're going to do, we're going to try not to drop it. So we take our valve cover, okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece here, the breather, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to push that through the other side, okay. So now we'll hold that with our finger. You can see what that looks like that. So that being said, we're going to put on the gasket.
And now the thing that goes on top.
The washer. The two nuts. So what I'm going to do first, this bottom nut, what it does is it's going to hold the gasket and this piece here on the inside of the valve cover. I'm going to try and this piece here, it's going to hold that tight against. So what so now this is tight, so that won't leak oil, okay? So now we put the next nut on, the like this. I'm going to run that all the way tight against that one, okay? So that way we have room that we can spin the actual breather on to there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, okay, so now that's against, but we got to make it, I need it to point actually this way. So we'll go like this where we want it, so that way our hose doesn't touch the header. And so now I'm going to have to set it down here like this. See if you guys can catch this. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn that other nut to lock it in place, because we need to lock that position. So you're actually going to turn it up against the breather, okay? So I don't know if you can see the spread where the 2 nuts are, how the one nut's against the bottom of the breather and the other one's against the washer and the rubber gasket, okay? So that way everything is held in place, okay? So basically that should be good. If you want, you can try and snug it up a little bit. And of course mine isn't there, but I think before I tighten anything up, I want to double check how the orientation of this is, that this is going to work if I need to move it or whatever. So as of right now, we're going to go back. You guys want to hang on here. I'm going to hand the camera back to Sadie to hold while I put this on. Okay, so she's going to do her best to follow me put this on. So the challenge is going to be, yeah, right about there, to get this in and maneuver around the. Also, while we're apart, bring it down a little bit, Sadie. A little more. Bring it down this way. Okay, good, right there. While we're here, we're gonna check everything out. Do we see anything broken? Do we see anything wearing weird? Looks out of adjustment. And everything looks good on the motor, as it should, because we did do a vacuum check on this motor a few weeks back, and everything was fine. So our next challenge is going to be getting this back in there without destroying 1,500 things. So if you guys bear with me, So we actually need to go back. What's my hang up here? Oh, it's this piece. The darn alternator bracket.
It's
As
hard. So be careful. You don't want to break anything.
Alright, so now we're down. Okay, come down this way, Sadie. Hold it right. Can you hold it right there? Steady. Okay, so now we're in place. Alright, so now with that there, I forgot to grab the mounting bolts, which I'll grab quick, and I'll be right there. Now with 12-off valve covers, there's not a lot of room, and usually I put this in first, but I'm going to tilt it and put that back one in. Okay?
Can you guys see?
And hold it up here, Sadie, okay? Right about there would be great if you can. We're going to put the rest of these in. Just drop them in there because we have to... I recommend using by hand because if you don't do it that way, you can't feel if the threads start.
Or you can't get it right.
So, well, that's the other... Yep.
You always
So
need
that one's
stuff
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that by hand. Start the other one. I like working from the center out. It just makes it that it's more even pressing down on the gasket. So if you could just keep it right there, Sadie.
It's like
Right there.
It's like craft people that have like different ways they want to do their stuff. That makes it easier.
There you go.
It's
So
kind of like racing.
So this is like a DIY project. So, alright, so believe it or not, this valve cover went on probably the easiest it's ever gone on. So, now what I want to do is check the... See, you need to stop shaking the camera around. You're making the people get seasick. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to pop this hose on. And that looks good. That's away from the header, and that's what you want to check. You want to make sure if you have this kind of a breather system, that you have this orientated in a way that it's away from everything. So that's there, that's there. So now my next step is going to be, I'm actually going to tighten that down, tighten down the valve cover.
Now get your tightener. So
I'm using an Allen wrench because basically, I'll be honest with you people, I'm too lazy to walk all the way over to the garage and get a socket. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the wrench, and it's not going to hit the floor, so that way I have to go over and get it. So, so what I'm going to do, guys, I got to walk all the way over to the garage and get the socket or try and chase that Allen wrench. So let me go ahead and get that, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, it's Big E back here. I got the socket I needed. I actually found out that all this time I thought it was metric. It's not standard. So anyway, the valve cover's on here, as you can tell. We got the breather here. You see that's solid. I got the hoses hooked up there to it and stuff. And look how solid that is. That is not going anywhere. And that has the gasket there. It should not leak. And plus it has the rolled shoulder on the underside of the valve cover, so it should not leak. So we got this on. Next trick is the next step's gonna be putting the alternator on and putting the drive belt on and hooking my alternator wire up. And then I don't think we're gonna fire it up today due to the fact it's so cold. And we're actually trying to beat a rainstorm that's supposed to be showing up here within an hour or so. So we're trying to get wrapped up and get this done. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that, get the alternator on, and I'll show you the finishing up when we'll have that all together. We'll finish it up. See you in a little bit.
I'll take you to our new home.
Alright, it's Biggie, I'm back here. We finished up here. The kids are back because it's starting to drizzle here. So they're in the trailer. So I'm going to wrap this up for you guys. So I'm going to show a quick picture here.
Okay.
You see we got the alternator and we got the drive belt here. Back. See the breather? Nice and straight the way you want it. We got the hose orientated the way it should be. So that should be good. So everything's bottled up, ready to go. The only thing I might do now, I notice I'm going to tighten up that nut. Remember the second one that goes on the bottom of the breather that holds the orientation of it. So I'm going to see if I can tighten that up yet. But for the most part, it's 95% done. And that's how that works. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully, you know, if you're having an issue with a push-in breather doing that. Try a screw-in type breather. They're more expensive. That one I think was like $65 from Summit. They're more expensive, but it's going to take care of any leak. It's going to take care of any chafing issue that you might have with it cutting the grommet. So hopefully you learned something, and hopefully that helps you out. So like and subscribe, leave a comment what you think, and that's it for me. So take care of each other, watch out for you, and we'll see you next time on Big E.